Good day. It is September the 25th. Today we're going to continue in Judges 21, doing verses 23 to 25, which will finish the chapter up. And tomorrow we'll start the Gospel of John. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, complaints, or anything else, you may reach me through 810-242-2997. That's 810-242-2997. You can call, text, leave a message, whichever you like. And we begin Judges 21, starting at verse 23, going to 25, which finishes up the book. So the men of Benjamin did what they were told. Each man caught one of the women as she danced in celebration and carried her off to be his wife. They returned to their own land, and they rebuilt their towns and lived in them. 24. Then the people of Israel departed by tribes and families, and they returned to their own homes. 25. In those days Israel had no king. All the people did whatever they seemed right in their own eyes. Okay, verse 23. So the men of Benjamin did as they were told. Each man caught one of the women as she danced in celebration and carried her off to be his wife. They returned to their own land and rebuilt their towns and lived in them. This revived the tribe of Benjamin. Very small, and it was the smallest tribe, but they captured the women and made them wives. And the brothers and fathers didn't object because they were being sympathetic to the tribe of Benjamin. Then the people of Israel departed by tribes and families, and they returned to their own homes. They all went home. War's over. In 25. In those days Israel had no king. No king means no morals. All the people did whatever seemed right in their own eyes. And basically, if it felt good, do it. Kind of like what's going on in here in the United States and the world, for that matter, these days. Proverbs 25. These are the Proverbs of Solomon, which the men of Hezekiah, king of Judah, copied out. This is a revival during this time. It is to the glory of Elohim to conceal a matter, but the glory of kings is to search out a matter. The heaven for height and the earth for depth, and the heart of kings is unsearchable. So, God hides things, we have to find them. 24. Take away the dross from the silver, and there cometh a vessel fit for the refiner. Take away the wicked from before the king, and his throne shall be established in righteousness. Take away all the impurities, and things are better. 6. Glorify not thyself in the presence of the king, and stand not in the place of a great man. In other words, don't boast about yourself. Don't push yourself forward. For it is better that it be said unto thee, Come up hither, that thou should be put lower in the presence of a prince whom thine eyes have seen. Yeah, the prince will see you, and you go, oh, what's he being? He must be a braggart. 8. Go not forth hastily to strive, lest thou know not what to do in the end. In other words, when thy neighbor has put thee to shame. In other words, starting a fight and then realize you were wrong. Debate thy cause with a neighbor, but reveal not the secret of another. In other words, whatever he tells you in secret, you keep it a secret. It's not to say you won't file police reports or notify the necessary parties, but you don't report stuff like, do you know he puts blueberry on his hot dogs? Stuff like that. Let's see that heareth revile thee, and thy infamy be turned not away. In other words, people listen to it, say, he's a gossip. 11. A word fitly spoken is like apples of gold and settings of silver. An earring of gold and an ornament of fine gold. So is a wise reprover on the obedient ear. It's like beauty and beauty. Words fitly spoken, smoothly and without hesitation at the proper time, in the proper place, in the proper manner. As the cold of snow in the time of harvest, so the faithful messengers him to send them, for he refreshes the soul of his master. Gets the job done. As the vapors and wind without rain, so is he that boasts of false gift. Yeah, I got this for you, I got this for you, I got this for you, and he don't have that for you. 15. By long forbearing is the ruler persuaded, and by a soft tongue breaketh the bone. 16. Hast thou found honey? Eat so much as sufficient for thee, lest thou be filled therewith and vomited. Too much of anything, even a good thing, is bad. 17. Let thy foot be seldom in thy neighbor's house, lest he be sated with thee and hate thee. Yeah, don't bother your neighbor over every petty thing. As a maul and a sword and a sharp arrow, so is a man that bears false witness against his neighbors. It can hurt you in so many ways. It can stab you, it can crush you, and it can hit you from a distance. 19. Confidence in an unfaithful man in time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint. It's going to be very painful and difficult to work with. As one that takes garment in cold weather and has vinegar upon nitre, so he that singeth songs to heavy heart. 21. If thine enemy be hungry, give him bread to eat, and if he be thirsty, give him water to drink. For thou wilt heap coals of fire upon his head, and Yahweh will reward thee. 23. The north wind bringeth forth rain, and backbiting tongue, and angry countenance. Like what do you expect? 24. It is better to dwell in the corner of a housetop and a horse, off a dark inside a horse, than a house in common with a contentious woman. Peace and quiet in solitude is better than fighting in a house. 25. As cold waters to a faint soul, so is good news from a far country. 26. As a trouble fountain and a corrupted spring, so is a righteous man that giveth way before the wicked. You expect sweet, cool water from the spring. When you get it, it tastes nasty and brackish, maybe even salty. You're really irritated and maybe even angry and don't know why it's like that. And that's the same thing when a righteous man gives way before evil. You expect righteousness out of him, and he's not doing it. 27. It is not good to eat much honey, so for men to search out their own glory is not glory. Yeah, don't brag upon yourself. 28. Like a city broken down without a wall, so is he whose spirit is without restraint. If you cannot control yourself, someone else will. I hope you've been blessed by this reading. May the Lord richly bless you. Remember, if you'd like to be tagged when I post these videos, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, complaints, or anything else, you may reach me through 810-242-2997. That's 810-242-2997. You can call, text, leave a message, whichever you like. Remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I.